sexy. Double down. You're pulling ahead. Keep it that way. Double down.
Good counter. Now hit them again.
You're getting stronger as you fight. I love it.
2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Your enemy can't kill if they're dead. Double down. Crush them like this every time. After giving away all my legendary shards to this demonic-looking smurf we call a Cryptarch, I finally got the god roll I was looking for, or at least what I consider a god roll. You have a chance, well, maybe a low chance, of getting this shotgun by going to the Cryptarch and giving him your legendary shards, or donating your light infused fractaline to any one of the obelisks in any one of the world destinations. And you know, in hindsight, that is something I probably should have done. I still cringe thinking about all the shards I burned away. So let me give you guys a little bit of perspective. In the beginning of this season, I had around 7,000 shards. Now, I only have about a fraction of that. So, in other words, to make videos like this, I can't go to a subscriber and say, hey, can I borrow your account to try out a weapon? I have to literally use my time and my own currency to farm for these god roll weapons, which I don't mind doing because I actually love to play Destiny 2. But I do have a special request to ask from you guys. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, please leave a like. It really helps this channel out with the algorithms and helps get the content out there. Also, if you want to see more weapon reviews like this, please subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more videos planned and will be coming out very soon. So back to my legendary shard gambling addiction. Donating all those shards equated to 1 god roll, 1/3/5 of a god roll, and 2 meh rolls, aka rolls with no rifle barreled or full choke. Auto dismantle. That's not coronavirus, guys. That's just me subtly stating the truth. But look, I may be Asian, but I am absolutely not a math wizard. But even I can tell by just looking at the numbers that I either have the worst RNG or that these drop rates in general are absolutely horrendous. You know, just spitballing here, maybe if you guys threw this into the loot pool for heroic public events, it would make the patrol areas less desolate? Just maybe? In the arms of the angel. But hey, that's a story for another day. Let's get on with this weapon review. So, to start things off, this shotgun is in the light frame archetype, which means it has superb handling and it gives you +2 in your mobility stats. This means that you can allocate other points in your stats to other categories such as resilience or recovery. Also, if you're a hunter and you love abusing the ever-living shit out of Void Battery, this will bring your measly 8 mobility up to a whopping 10. Onto the base stats, we have the impact at 65, range at 51, stability at 37, handling at 64, reload speed at 64 as well. For the hidden stats, we have the aim assistance at 45 and the recoil at 60. Now let me show you this god roll. Or at least what I consider a god roll. In the first column we have rifle barrel or full choke, the second column accurized rounds or light mag, the third column we have the special perk firmly planted, and lastly we have opening shot with 10 points plus range for the masterwork. Now, I know even with Firmly Planted, when you compare it to another shotgun in the same archetype like Parcel of Stardust, you realize that Parcel of Stardust has better base stats such as handling, stability, and aim assist. Not to mention, it also has god tier perks such as Slide Shot and Rampage. But, hear me out, I'm going to make the most sensical argument that you've ever heard, and I'm going to show you the beauty of Destiny. Sometimes a weapon that doesn't look good on paper performs exceptionally well in real time. I bring you the Blue Shotgun Botheration, aka Matador.
But who is that?
This? This is the end of the mystery.
Well, if it isn't...
This subpar shotgun has the worst stats, but for some reason performs crazy good in the Crucible. More consistent than most shotguns in the game. And I would even go as far to say that if you're new light and you're looking for an aggressive frame, I would use the Botheration in competitive scenarios if you can't get your hands on a Mindbender's Ambition. I get the very same feeling from Hawthornes. It's not supposed to perform as good as a Parcel or Stardust, but here it is, going on kill streaks left and right. To be honest, I'd rather use the Hawthornes instead of any of the God Roll Parcel of Stardust I have. Now the perk Firmly Planted gives you increased accuracy, handling, and stability while firing crouched. The beauty of this is that it is actually activated while you're sliding, which is absolutely huge in PvP. Then when you stack it with max range stats from accurized rounds and opening shot, I feel that this inadvertently tightens the pellet spread and widens the accuracy cone. I wish I could accurately test this, but as you can see, my roster is as desolate as a patrol area right now.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
When using this shotgun, I recommend that you fire it while sliding 80% of the time. Being that the God Roll status of this shotgun is revolving around the perk Firmly Planted, your playstyle is going to revolve around it as well by trying your best to keep that perk active as long as possible. Remember guys, this gun is meant to complement mobility. Your playstyle should be similar to guerrilla warfare. Now don't get me wrong, I don't want you guys to go out there, get some s'mores and start camping. What I'm telling you guys is to stay crouched for a little bit and wait for an opening to attack. Wait till your opponent is distracted. This will usually happen when your teammates and the opposing team start exchanging fire. When this happens, you move fast, flank the enemy, obtain the kill, then move back behind your team so that they can soak up the majority of the return fire. Now, obtaining 2 kills in a row with this gun is quite tricky. That's until I realized that the gun veers slightly to the right on the second shot. I wanted to show you guys a visual example, but unfortunately the movements to the mouse or the controller are just ever so slight to be able to illustrate, so I'm just going to have to rely on some infographics. The point I'm trying to make is that you want to be consciously mindful that you're going to move a little bit to the left to compensate for that kick to the right. After doing it for a few matches, I promise you'll start to adjust unconsciously and your multi-kills with this weapon will start to increase. The mods I would recommend for this gun would be Counterbalance mod, so that it would help with the second kick, and Icarus grip for consistency in the air, which allows you to have the best of both worlds, increase accuracy while sliding from Firmly Planted, and increase accuracy in the air. As for exotics, I would use Stompies for the Hunter for the increased slide distance, thus keeping that Firmly Planted perk activated for a longer bit of time. For Warlocks, I would recommend using the Ophidian Aspects for that increase in handling speed. And finally, as for Titans, I would use Antaeus Wards to increase survivability while sliding and closing that gap. Now, is this new light friendly? This all depends on the player. If you're an aggressive player that's playstyle revolves around movement and agility, this gun will complement you well. If you're a player that mains as primary, or if you're a passive player that uses a shotgun as a last resort, then an aggressive frame with quick draw would be much better suited to your playstyle. Lastly, is this trials worthy? Here's the thing, and I hate to say it. This gun, yes, has become one of my favorite shotguns in the Crucible, hands down. But I cannot deny, nor do I want to be dishonest with you guys with my doubts about it. There are factors that affect this gun negatively that have nothing to do with the game, which causes it to be 100% consistent or inconsistent in some matches. So what do I mean by this? Due to the tight restrictions and skill-based matchmaking, you're going to sometimes match with people that are outside of your region. This can potentially cause lag. Unfortunately, the few times that this happens, you'll realize that when you point blank shoot a Guardian, you'll completely miss the shot. Or if your own lag is bad, you'll shoot a Guardian, kill him, but realize it 1 full second later, thus taking your eyes off the next encounter and possibly ending up in you being killed. This can absolutely cost you a match in trials, and therefore cost you a flawless run. I understand that fixing lag is just wishful thinking because there's multiple variables that contribute to the problem. However, loosening up skill-based matchmaking's tight restrictions are not. This will open up the player pool and allow players to have the opportunity to match people in the same region. Again, it really disheartens me to say this because this gun, when it's on, and it's truly a beast. But unless skill-based matchmaking is fixed, this gun should be kept in comp or quick play and not in a high-stakes trials match. That's about all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below and subscribe if you want to see more PvP weapon reviews like this. I will see you guys at the lighthouse. Peace.